Hey yo, this the KID, the Kid Capri, man. You know how it goes down. We don't do nothing without no DJ. Alright? That's what you watching.
Are you a part of the culture?
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Without No DJ podcast. I'm just B-Man, no DJ. And today, I got somebody super, super special with me today. I usually do the introductions, but I'm going to let him do his own introduction because I can't match it. I can't do it at all. My voice won't get that loud. So,
Should let me do the introductions from the beginning. And it came out a little.
you want to do it?
We could have did it. Ladies and gentlemen, by all means, you know me. Greatest show on the street, DJ SNS, and I'm here with the. We gonna do this again? Without No DJ podcast.
Yeah. You got it right.
That's what I said. You wanna do this again?
You want to do it again? Let's start it over.
No, I'm good. I like that. Leave it the way it is.
All right, cool. We're going to roll with it. All right, S.
I mean, some of the chips though.
And you would pick the biggie ones too, right?
Of course.
Shout out to Rap Snacks. Word up. Yo.
Rap snack, you ain't cut no check. You ain't down with it.
Yo, S, it's been about a year, man. It was like February and the whole pandemic hit.
I thought I heard from y'all, you know, a little earlier than that, but I understand.
Yeah, it's been crazy. How you been?
I'm good, man. Just, had to adjust.
Yeah. By adjust, what do you mean?
Well, as a DJ, we make our living through the clubs.
Right.
Some of us do.
Right.
And when the city shut down and we quarantined, it's like no more clubs or how we gonna live. And thank God for those stimulus checks. Thank God for the job thing.
Yep.
Thank God for all that. That held a person. That helped me down. But it had me sit there and evaluate what it is to be. Like we all have a contingency plan when it's over.
Absolutely.
So now when it's over, if something happened like this. So no one was ever would think that the pandemic would strike and striking America, period.
Right.
Like it did. So just picture all the people that just don't have the resources that we do as DJs. So,
Absolutely.
Once the live thing started happening, shout out to D Nice.
Yes.
And it kind of made me think, it made me evaluate, and made me get more into the digital life more. You know what I'm saying? And it has helped.
Right. Now, were you going live before the pandemic or?
No. We had talked about me and a couple of DJs were talking about it, but we never did. The only time I went live was when I was on Scratch Vision. Shout out to DJ Scratch. That was back in like 2010, 2011.
Right. Now, did you have to go buy like equipment for your studio?
I was gonna do it anyway. Because I was doing my analyst thing, football analyst. And I was going to go buy me a mic and all that anyway. So I always seen the Shaw mic with ESPN use it. I said, you know what? I want that mic. And then it was like $400. So let me go get it. And then I started going live. And once I caught the hang of the live situation, it was all gravy from there.
Right. All right. So let's take it from the top. Let's talk about where you from. Let the people know where you're from.
I'm from Harlem, New York. New York. Harlem, that is. Tough road coming up. As a young DJ, came up, carrying crates for Treacherous 3 in that era. Then went to the, after the breakdance era, went to the drug era, the drug dealer era. Came up in that era. Then came up with the 90s hip-hop era. Then that whole 90s, that was my era.
Right.
Then 2000 became my era, 2000 to 2010, and then I'm still here.
Right.
So, everybody know me for rocking mixtapes. My claim to fame was mixtapes and rocking clubs.
Right.
And that for me, being blessed to still be doing that, held me down a lot better.
Well, let's talk about before you even got into DJing, let's talk about your childhood. What was the setting at home? Was it like a musical family?
I mean, we all had musical backgrounds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle was playing music early Saturday mornings. And, you know, once you hear a song repetitive every week,
Yeah.
between my grandmother and my uncles, you know, I had B.B. King. Then I had Marvin Gaye, How Sweet It Is on Friday nights, Fish Fry, Friday nights. And then, you know, just my uncle with the Whispers. He played the damn Whispers album
Yeah.
over and over again. Say Yes, Chocolate Girl, you know, Mood, all of, I heard all.
Absolutely.
And so the music was there. I didn't start really DJing until I think it was like 9, 8, something like that. A friend of mine named Dave O had got some equipment, and I used to go over his house. I was in his house every day anyway, so he wasn't too familiar with the DJing, but I was, because right across the street was a park where the DJ with the Treacherous 3 and everybody had the outside jams. So I used to
Right.
be there watching them all the time, just watching, playing with my friends, but always loved just watching them the DJ.
Right. Besides the Treacherous 3, would you say there were any other notable acts?
Well, the two DJs, it was Eric.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call himself? Pretty East, something like that. And the other one was Barry Bonds.
Okay.
And those are the two DJs right next door to me. And not knowing at that time, Spoonie G was in my building.
Oh, wow.
Not knowing Spoonie G was in my building, Orange Juice Jones' mother, and they lived on right down the hall from me.
Okay.
You know, Mo D was down the block.
Wow.
So I had, and the Boogie Boys, the one that
Fly
died,
Girl?
the one that died, the one that had all the yellow on.
Okay.
His mother was on the second floor.
Okay.
So, you know, not knowing all these guys we all right here. Dougie Fresh, you know, Manhattan Avenue, Dougie Fresh from Manhattan Avenue,
Right.
and Chill Will and all them, you know. So it was Harlem.
Very much so.
A lot of people came around. We came around with a good amount of people.
Absolutely. What would you say was your job before you even thought of being a DJ? What was your job?
What was gonna be my job?
No, what was your job before you became a DJ?
I was a kid.
So you went directly into DJing?
I was a kid. I was in the clubs at 10.
Oh, wow. Let's talk about that.
A friend of mine, his name is Nappy Red. One of the influential guys. You know, he's a drug dealer, but it doesn't matter. He's a friend. You know what I'm saying? Family is family. We all family. Being around him, me and my man Chuck Black and a couple of his brother Tay, we hung up with his brother Tay. They we used to be around him, so one time, you know, we went out.
Right.
And I was staying at my man Chuck's house anyway, so he was like, come on. You know that peer pressure, like, come on. Like, so, all right, so we went to Rooftop. I wore Nat Red clothes. He gave me the Rocky jacket from the Rocky movie, the brown, the Sherlin joint.
Right.
Had that with a hat on and some nice ears.
I'm gonna stop you real quick. Explain to the people what the Rooftop was.
Rooftop was a world famous skating rink. That's where the home of Brucey B and Kid Capri and Teddy Riley.
Couple of notable drug dealers.
All the notable.
All the hustlers.
All the hustlers. I don't really like the word drug dealer. I'm just gonna say hustlers.
Hustlers. We dry snitching.
Yeah.
All right, get back to your story.
So, put that right there. Yeah. So that was, you know, the streets. I was introduced to the streets early.
Wow. Okay, so Reebok shoes. You have a special connection with Reebok shoes. Let's talk about that.
So when I was coming up, before I was doing mixtapes, before I really got big on mixtapes, me and my man Chuck Black was sitting in the house. We thought about a plan. We're gonna give away 25 pair of 5411s. If anybody don't know what 5411s are, they're the Reebok women's shoe that they're the high top versions. Those are the workout shoes, the Olivia Newton-John workouts, niggas. They was like,
All right.
So they were very popular back then. So we gave about 20 pair of those.
All right.
Went to 11.99. 11.99 is a building. I won't say a project. It's not a project. It's a condominium. It's
Okay.
a condo. Bunch of apartments. But they had a gym. They had a huge gym.
Right.
We used the gym. We did the party. We had like 2,000 people at the party. They was paying $10 to get in. And we was just, yeah.
$10 a head.
Yeah, you do the rest.
Did y'all take the taxes out of that or yeah?
No taxes. The guy who put the money in for the party, he took 10 and we split it. Me and my man split the 10. That was my first big money.
Wow.
So I had $5,000. I went shopping, bought like 10 pair of sneakers. Couldn't tell me nothing.
You know, most DJs start off with a good $300. You just come off the gate with $5,000. That's how we doing it.
Man, listen. That's when I was introduced to knowing that my worth was different. Making people party and dance showed me that my worth was high. So I don't believe I took the $300 back then because that was the standard.
Right.
No lower than 3. That was the rules. No lower than 3.
Wow.
3 with the 5, 5 with the 7, 7 with the 1,000, then 1,000 went up. The more you went up, the more your price went up.
And eventually you started DJing in Brooklyn, I believe, at a place called The Warehouse.
Well, that was my first party. My first big party, Warehouse came after this party. My first big party was at Bridgewater's. It was me and Clark Kent, and I opened up for Clark. And in Bridgewater, this party was with the biggest hustlers of hustlers. All the hustlers was at this party. I had Peter Shoe. I had Blue, Legendary Blue. I had just so many people. I mean, that's OPP was out.
By Naughty by Nature.
That's when OPP was out. It was the hot that just came out, the hottest record at the time. And I think Heavy D was performing.
So this is like 91.
91. Yep.
So explain to the people at that time. I noticed you said you was opening for Clark Kent. What was the process in opening for a DJ? Because right now we got the Serato. It's literally click
play
over.
your records. Play your records. You know, he's the headliner.
Right.
So you play your records. Well, your job is to entertain the crowd until the headliner gets there.
Right.
And, you know, you got to do it to your best of your ability. So I was always taught, you know, never step on the headliner's toes. That's one of the rules when you're DJing with other DJs. Never step on the guy's toes. I know you got to get yours. You got to get yours, but you got to wait your turn. So
right.
When you're the headliner, you won't want nobody to step on your toes. And that's how I was taught.
Right.
And I didn't. I just, you know, I was about to play OPP. Don't get it messed up, though. OPP definitely was on the deck.
Right.
And Clark came in and he was like, no, don't play that. Don't play that. I said, all right, no problem. I'm sorry. And that was just great to be around Clark. And then
absolutely.
When Clark got off, I got back on, and that's when he took a liking to me because he was like, yo, this kid can really rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had the cutting skills and everything, and I could rock. So that's how I met Clark Kent, and it was all good. And then my name started bubbling because that party put me on.
Right.
That party was the one that put me on with the, you know, once you do something with hustlers, and it all goes down. That's how Capri got big. That's how Brucey B got big. Star Child, Hollywood. We all DJ'd for hustlers.
Right.
And the hustlers were the shot callers of the streets. Women follow the hustlers. You know how that go. Once you with the hustlers, the chicks know you start with the hustlers. Oh, you're somebody, and that's how you get your name. That's how I got my name.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So when you say the hustlers, did you have the whole experience of the Willie Burger and all that?
Yeah, I did all that. We did all that. I used to see Kid Capri sitting right there selling his mixtapes, not knowing what the hell they were. I know there's a guy just made he made his own tape. We didn't know it as being mixtapes.
Right.
We just saying this mixtape. They were mixtapes. So the mixtape name itself was born after that. Like we all did tapes in our house.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But the mixtape name came from that, from, you know, watching him and Brucey B really, him and Star Child were doing the mixtapes. Like,
Absolutely.
they were selling them for $40 inside the Rooftop.
Right.
Bruce was selling them for $40, and I was a avid buyer
Absolutely.
every week. My
Starch.
little work money,
Right.
I go to J&J Variety, go sit there buy a Brucey B or Star Child, and those were my learning tools. Those are my
Absolutely.
learning tools. Like I learned the basics. Watching. They had a Betamax.
Wow.
They had a Betamax tape, and it was Jazzy Joyce, Red Alert, and Clark Kent teach you how to DJ.
Wow.
And I had that, bought that, saved up my paper money, and went and got that Betamax joint, because that's all I had was a Betamax.
Was that like a local thing, or it was like they put it out commercially?
That was a commercial thing. They bought,
Wow.
and this one, Downtown Records was on 125th Street,
Okay.
where the Sprint store is at. That's where Downtown Records was at, and I used to buy my vinyl from there. I remember my first vinyl out there I ever bought was Do the James. Or no, I'm sorry, it was Sexy. Masters of
Grant
Masters
Pooba.
of Grant, yeah, Sexy. That was my first record I ever
Wow.
bought. My first hip hop record I ever bought. My first record I ever bought was My Shining Star by the Manhattans.
Wow.
That was my favorite record. It was my favorite.
That's still a jam. It's still a bop.
Favorite record.
Still
Only
a bop.
you. Yeah, it's my joint.
Now, when you said you opened for Clark Kent, and I was asking you about opening, did you actually have to bring your own records, or it was like an ordeal?
It's records. You had to show. It's a DJ.
Or did you use his records?
It's my records.
So you brought your records and he brought his records?
Yeah.
Wow. Would you stay around to watch him DJ, or you would like, I open?
I had to get back on. After he finished, I had to get back on. That wasn't your night. You had to end. His job was to come in, rock them prime time,
man.
and you get back on at 3:00.
3:00 to what time?
3 to 4.
God. No.
When everybody walking out the door.
Word. Man, times have changed.
Oh yeah, right.
Now, what DJs consist of the hard pack?
Me, Ron G. Me, Ron G. Showtime. DJ Demo. I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, Action Pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys meet? Was it like you live on my block?
No, Showtime was from the East Side.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Demo was from the East Side. Oh, and Triple C's from the Bronx.
Okay.
And it was just we all met there from the mixtapes. We all was selling mixtapes. That was one of the stores that was selling our mixtape. J&J had the Kick Capri, all the Kick Capri tapes. So everybody know that was the store to go to. People out of town would come in, they go right to J&J.
Right.
And then then Rock and Will, which was J&J. Rock and Will was in the back. They made J&J famous. Then they got their own store. And that's where the hard pack was made up. Will created the hard pack.
Absolutely. So we talked about the Rooftop. Let's get into the Skate Key. You also used to DJ at the Skate Key, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 1995.
Wow, it was still around at the time.
Like 95 to 97.
Tell the people what the Skate Key was.
Well, it was a skating rink. Skate Key was a big skating rink like USA and Empire, and the rink in Bergenfield, New Jersey. It was a great experience for me because I've never really grew up DJing in a skate key, but we always just skate in Rooftop.
Right.
So the music we listened to in Rooftop, skating was way different than what the skaters were listening to. Skaters were listening to what Big Bob and Mario and guys like that were playing. They was playing more of the disco, the 80s, the 80s R&B. They was playing more of that skate music, like Trans Europe Express and Bounce Skate Rock, joints like that.
Right.
We were listening to Dropping Science, all that Self Destruction. We listened to all the 80s, 90s rap.
Right.
So we skated to those, and then I started learning about the old school R&B, like the Computer Loves, and learned all that from Bruce, listening to Bruce and Capri.
So you pretty much played the same, not the same records. It was a difference in time. I think the Rooftop was the late 87, 88.
The rooftop closed in '89, February 3rd.
Why did the
89.
Rooftop close?
Somebody got shot in the front. They shut it down.
Is that why they did self-destruction?
No, self-destruction was D Nice idea. I was told.
Okay.
D Nice made that, and the self-destruction, it was just, living in South Bronx. People living in the Bronx. The Bronx and Brooklyn had the most shootings and killings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was gang wars back then. You know how that was. So, that was the Bronx, and then that's why self-destruction was really made to stop the senseless gang violence and everything.
Right.
So D Nice came up with that, him and Karis One, and they made it happen.
What were some key records that you played at the Skate Key? I know we talked about the other guys playing Trans Europe Express.
Oh man, I played records like Ziggy,
I don't know.
Rankin' in the Dough. I played I used to play old school R&B a lot. So I was playing, this was like 95, I was playing Prince. I was playing Doves Cry, I Wanna Be Your Lover, Kiss. I was playing Nasty Girl, all that, all Michael Jackson's, I was playing everything that guys was starting to play. I was already playing those.
Right.
So I was heavy influence to the old school, but I still was playing all the hip hop records. I just loved the old school because that's what I grew up on.
Right.
So, and I was doing my homework and I was going to record conventions. And I would spend my DJ money on record conventions. So it's like I would either go to the convention and there'll be me, Diamond D, Q-Tip, Alchemist, Capri, Lord Finesse, all sitting there 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning waiting for this shit to open up at 7. So we can go record shopping. We'll be in there from 7 in the morning to like 3 in the afternoon. Spend like $800 for records.
Christ.
Whatever I made from that weekend, I definitely took $800 to the side and bought me some.
My God.
And spin records.
Now, you say you spent $800. What's the most you've ever spent on a record?
100.
One record.
100.
Do you know what that record was?
Hell yeah.
What was that record?
The 12-inch Zakia 4th and Broadway 12-inch white label.
Rakim?
Now, that's right, of Arabic for President. It was doubles. So it's 50-50. There was doubles. But the Zakia, remember the Zakia one that everybody else got the colorful with the flowers.
Yep.
Mine's was black and white.
Straight for the radio.
No, it wasn't about straight for radio. It was just, that's the way it was test pressed.
Okay.
It was pressed with everything that the regular one has, but it just was black and white.
Do you still own it?
No. It was just so scratched up. Bro, I had doubles. Back then we didn't preserve our records. A lot of people did, not because we figured we'd get them again.
Right.
And I know record conventions, I didn't even care too much. I did it because it was the rare. Just to show them when you DJing, when you put it on that platter, and they looking at your records, they like, hold on, you got the white. Mazakia, bro, we don't see that.
You're right.
His is white.
Right.
Red Alert saw that one time. He's like, yours is white. How is yours is white?
And you got it from the record convention.
And mine had the instrumental.
Whoa.
Arabic for President didn't have an instrumental.
Because they only had the dub version.
Exactly. Mine had the instrumental.
The
dub,
instrumental with no vocals?
Instrumental, dub, and I'm telling you, had the instrumental. That's the only thing, my claim of fame, I was big for that.
Wow.
I was big for that.
You're going to make me go on Discogs.
You can try, go look for it. Yeah. It was only, they pressed up 10. Ever. 10. It was only pressed up 10.
Man, listen.
That was a favor for somebody. I think that was for Marley Marl only.
Wow. Listen, I'll be posting my Cash App after the show so y'all can donate so I can get that record he talking about.
Oh, you gonna pay $1,000? That $1,000? You might pay $10,000 for that record.
Sheesh.
Instrumental?
Yeah. I never seen that. Never knew that existed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you DJing in a place where I'm from, Virginia.
Oh man, Virginia. Let me tell you, man. Virginia was like second home, man. Like, shout out to all the schools that I was there. I was there. Virginia State, Virginia Union, oh my God. Norfolk State, of course. Spartans forever. Hampton. I did so many. I did University of Virginia out there in Charlottesville. Will never do that again. West Virginia.
Wait. Let's stop right there. Why would you never do that again? What happened there? Let's talk about it.
Charlottesville is like, man.
That's like West Virginia almost.
You know when you drive a nice car, and
woo,
you drive a nice car, and you driving through Charlottesville.
Yes. You
License
know what time it is.
License registration. What you doing out here, boy?
Yep.
That's Charlottesville. They the other side. That's the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was my experience with Charlottesville, and but it was a good party. Good party, great party. You know, yeah, all ethnic backgrounds was in that party. Chinese kids definitely party hard. That's
Absolutely.
what I learned the term, no offense, the white girl wasted. You know that term? That's why that's where I learned that on hand. I said, "Ooh, I like this white girl wasted."
Yeah.
It was fun because they didn't judge you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I found, that the barriers between the white and black back then, you had to be on hand to understand it. Like people say, "Oh, I never go through racism," or some people say, "I never go through racism," but you ain't never drive through Charlottesville. You ain't never go in the back of Pennsylvania. You ain't never drive through those towns. You know where Lincoln University is at?
Nah, I don't.
Lincoln University is in Pennsylvania. But to get to Lincoln University, it's like you might as well say you're going to a KKK rally.
Sheesh.
Because you're going through the towns.
Right.
Now it's like 4 towns to get to Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And if you drive in one of them, remember I had a Range Rover at the time when I was doing Lincoln. Luckily, my name was big on the billboard at school, and I told him, I said, "I'm DJing for the school, I'm DJing for Lincoln, so I'm the main DJ." He said, "You the DJ SNS guy?" He said, "Yeah, I saw your name on the billboard." He's okay. I'm gonna take you there. Make sure you get in no more trouble. They police escorted us to the joint. It was like an hour ride left. They escorted us to the thing, and you know, I got the chance to speed and do 85 because they were doing 85.
Oh. Well, that's always good.
Yeah, it was good times, man.
So, what would you say? Did you learn any new music being in Virginia?
Yeah, I learned go-go. Well, being in DC, going to DC a lot.
Right.
Back in the days when the club The Ritz was there and Quigley's, I learned go-go, and that's being around Biz, my man Biz Markie. I hope you get well, bro.
Absolutely.
Miss
Shout
you.
out to Biz.
Biz taught me about my records. You know, there was a time when Biz lived in Jersey, he lived in Newark. I remember he came to my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came to Harlem, 8:30 in the morning, came to my house. My grandmother had something cooked. My grandmother cooked for him in the morning. She loved Biz. Biz loved my grandmother. My grandmother cooked for Biz. And, you know, she's like, "All right, Champagne, get up, Biz is here. And I would get up and I would be with this nigga Biz for the whole day. So he was like, "Yo, let's go record shopping." I was like, nah, forget all that. Let's just chill. He said, "No, you gonna need the records for later at the party." I said, I'm good. He said, "All right." So we in Jersey, Club Zanzibar's. Me and Biz is we rocking. So I go first. I'm playing everything. Wu-Tang, all the hot records. Niggas looking at me like, Looking at me like I'm crazy. Biz gets on. These hoods. This is hood, bro. They hood in there. I'm
Right.
thinking they got hoodies on, tin boots, army suits. They hood. Biz get on the point. I'm surprised to see the footsteps at the door. They jumped up. Started. I said, what the?
Yeah.
He started playing club music. Not me being bullheaded and stuck on myself. I don't know nothing about club music. I swear to you, I did not know.
Yeah.
I learned that night. I learned a lesson that night. And Biz, I told you, you need these records.
Yes.
And I learned. I said, I will never not listen to you again, Marcel. Never, never, never. And to this day, I listen to Biz. When Biz opens his mouth and say, S, do this, yes, sir.
Yep.
I'll never argue with him again about records.
Yeah.
There's one guy I will not argue with. And ever since then, I've been a record junkie.
Absolutely.
I've been a record junkie. I would go, like when I'm just buying records like that, but then I started getting records. I was really that. Then I was going to the convention to do beats and get old school records. So I bought the 12-inch Computer Love.
Wow.
There was a guy, I was a 12-inch guy. He had all 12-inch. I had a 12-inch that I Want to Be a Lover. I had a 12-inch of Doves Cry. I had a 12-inch, all the Prince songs, I had 12-inch too.
Right.
Then I had just all my old school R&B was really on 12-inch. The
Okay.
hits.
All right.
I had the 12-inches too. I made sure I'm going to go get a 12-inch of every song I play in my old school R&B.
Why not?
Because I just wanted a 12-inch, I had Mary Jane,
All night
12-inch. I had Mary Jane All Night Long, 12-inch. I had Mary Jane, When You Wake Up in the Morning. I had that 12-inch.
Candyman?
I had Candyman 12-inch. I had My House 12-inch.
Wow.
I had everything. Had all of Michael Jackson 12-inch. Like I was really digging, bro.
So Biz
Started that. Biz started that.
Yo, nobody beats the Biz. Number one, Biz is the collector of collectors. I mean, not even just music, toys, multi-tracks.
Biz said he stood in front of the store when it was selling the what was the name of that group they did that? What was the name of that?
You got me.
Fly like an eagle.
Oh, Steve Miller Band.
He said he stood in the middle of the store. And he had heard the song somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and he heard that part, and he told Marley, sample that part, and then that was that. I don't know how true that was, but I believe Biz. If Biz said it, Biz. So and you gotta hear the stories when he tells you the stories. Oh man,
They're great. They're great.
The stories is super.
Did he ever play you to Take Me to Mardi Gras with no bells?
Yeah, everybody got that.
He played that for me in his headphones one time.
He on
and
the
I was
first.
just like,
he had Before I Let Go, acapella.
Absolutely.
I was in his crib. I tried to steal it.
It's not happening.
Oh, I tried to steal it, but he had to hit away.
Yeah. Yeah, he got the multi-tracks.
But that was now. I'm talking before.
Before?
This was back then. This was like 90. This was 95.
Wow.
He had the acapella Before I Let Go.
That's insane. Insane.
People, and I thought he was lying.
Yeah.
A lot of DJs thought he was lying.
Yeah.
Until at a party, he played it. He's like, I got an oldie but goodie. You make me happy. We were sitting like, what?
A DJ flex.
He's like, everybody clap your hands now. Come on. Let me say me. And they singing it. And it's acapella. And every DJ in the building was looking like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Nobody can touch
so
him.
So they came up, well, make sure he played that. Before we played that, he dropped the beat. You know I get. Oh, my. When I said they screamed after the acapella, I said, oh, my God, he just made my night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made my night.
Biz would do it every time. Let's talk about somebody else that was very influential, I guess you would say, to your career. Big June. Who is Big June?
Big June. Big June. Well, you know, I was talking about my man Chuck Black back then. Big June was another intricate friend that helped me a lot in my career.
Right.
You know, he was always on me about if I played sloppy. Yo, what are you doing? He stayed on me, and I used to bitch about that, but it was really him just being a friend, you know,
Absolutely.
and keep me on my toes. And you know, we all need that person that's just there, not to kiss your ass. They just want to help you see you succeed.
Absolutely.
And that's what June was. June was that person. He had managed me at one point, but then I stopped making him manager. Then I became my own manager. Then I put other niggas at the helm, the managers, and you know, it was just different.
Yeah.
But he's still a good friend. He's
Absolutely.
still there.
Is he still in New York?
Yeah, he's still there. He'll be in Atlanta, New York and Atlanta.
Bet. Now you're from a different era of DJs where basically you guys made your career based off tapes, as we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
What was your process in making a tape?
My process, getting them songs together, getting them new records together. Like, you know, back then, back then we used to just DJ records. We used to DJ what we had in our crates and what we get, you know, from the record labels. But then, you know, I was on the phone one day, and then I used to talk on the phone with my man Easy LP and Buck Wild. I used to talk to them every day. And then they was like, yo, you need to start playing new stuff, man. You can't play what everybody else play SNS. You need to start playing new stuff.
Right.
So then they you know, they were the producers. They're producers. You know, Easy LP did get money from.
Put it in your mouth?
He didn't do that.
No?
Akinelli did that. He didn't do that beat. He did get money. He did Dream Mafia get money. He did Special Delivery. Buck Wild did Whoa.
Oh man.
Buck Wild did I Love You.
Everything.
Buck Wild did I Love You by Faith Evans.
Yeah.
Buck Wild did a whole lot of stuff. Artifacts, you know, OC, Time's Up, you know.
Wow,
a lot
I
of
didn't know he
professors
did that.
A lot of professors did that. He did
Okay,
that.
all right.
He did another one from OC. He might have did Time's Up. I might be bugging. But that's when I got around being around him, Lost Finesse, Diamond D, Showbiz and AG, shout to B.O., rest in peace to B.O., Party Artie, rest in peace to Party Artie from the Bronx. That's when I was around DITC, but then
It was
before
with Big L, right?
Well, I bought Big L to Lost Finesse.
Did not know that.
Yes, at the hard pack. I bought Big L. Big L didn't want to come out and do all that rap stuff.
No.
I bought him out to that. He's a street kid. I bought him from 139th Street because by the time my baby moms lived, she grew up on 139th. So I got cool with Big L and his brother and all that, and I bought Big L to Hardpack and took him because Lord Finesse was there.
Right.
And I took him there and I watched little Big L take out Lord Finesse.
Wow.
Like, because they had the same style. They rhymed same exact style. So that's what took out. They was like really the same style. And that's when Finesse said, I'm rocking with you, kid, and that's how Big L got on.
Wow,
and
I did not know that.
And I was upset. I took it to heart when they did put it on Big L and they went and got Capri. I was upset because I gave them the hook.
Right.
And they went and got Capri to do the hook. And I was a little upset at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
I was a little upset at L for that. I was like, yo, bro, I sat there and had meetings with you and told you ideas and then you don't use me. I take that offensive. So I wouldn't play no Big L at all back then. The label used to call me. His brothers used to call me. His brothers the huge goon in the street. But principles, bro. And he understood that. Rest in peace to Leroy. He understood that. A lot of people in Harlem understood it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you stand on what you stand for.
Right.
And that was that. L understood it. And people, my word sometimes, but as a while, my word became, so we squashed it about 95, 96, something like that. We squashed it before he died. And, we had squashed it and stuff. And, I moved on and still rep Harlem, you know.
Absolutely. So let's rewind a little bit. We're talking about the mixtapes now. Your friends told you to start playing newer records because I think at the time you were kind of playing classics.
Well, no, I was playing regular records that we get from the record labels. Remember,
Okay.
I just started getting the record labels. You go to record labels all day long, and they give you the records they gonna give you, and then you got to go home and make a tape with everything that you got.
Right.
So that was that. So when I started digging, you know, I was an industry head. I used to go to industry parties,
Mhm.
and I used to talk a lot. You know what I mean? I like to talk. I like to get information from people so I can build my information up.
That's right.
So I started talking to the guys in these parties, and we talking, and everybody chilling, talking and stuff. Them doors started opening. People started saying, "Yeah, I work at Sterling
Oh wow.
Sterling Mastering." Some guys, "Yeah, I work at the Hit Factory." These are interns. These interns. "Oh, I get you new records. Hold on. Next thing you know, he was calling. "Yo, I got this for you. I need $25. I bet. Meet me on 105th Street. Got you.
Crazy.
Boom, $25. So I was getting money. So I was paying my guys. Some nigga, I remember they got me when I got the Naughty album.
Oh man,
When I got
we gonna get into that. We definitely gonna get into that.
I got that. Whew.
All right. So with that being said, explain to the people what a master tape is.
Mastering is that's the end of the process when before your record comes out to the street to hear. So these guys were in there and they were getting copies.
Hmm.
And it wasn't the clearest copies. I don't know why it was the clearest copies, but they was the clearest copies. It should have been the clearest copies because it's coming from mastering. But the way they was recording it wasn't clear enough.
Right.
So sometimes I would get them. You would hear one side of the EQ would be one side because they would put their little wires in the back of the thing. That's
man.
how they was doing. That's how they was doing it, yo. Like kids was going crazy. But then I found a guy who knew how to make it come back to be in mono, and I had both sides anyway. It wouldn't come out clear, but it'd be. So I had all that playing, and then I started playing new records. Then I was known in the street already from playing new records. That's when I seen Puff.
Oh man.
Puff came 94, was 94, 94, 94, 93, 94, 93. That was after Naughty.
Absolutely.
That was after the Naughty thing. I saw Puff, and
we're gonna talk about that too. Hold that thought. All right. So with the master tapes of your mixtapes, what are master tapes of your actual mixtape?
That's the final master before you can duplicate them to go to stores.
Now, did you have any special brand that you used or anything that you always use, like a Maxell tape? Or...
Yeah, definitely Maxell.
Okay. How long did it typically take you to duplicate your tapes to put on the streets?
Until I learned about telex. Before then, it might take you a day,
right,
to make about 50 mixtapes.
And then people would like dub those tapes.
I would walk around the street and sell them $5. I used to go project to project by my book bag by myself.
Now, did you have the experience of? I know we talked about the rooftop with the hustlers. I know Capri talks about this too. Did you have the experience of the hustlers wanting to put their names in the tapes?
Yeah, but I shouted them out anyway because you always got sometimes you got to think ahead of time.
Okay, absolutely.
So I shouted out whoever I knew that had the props in the street. I shouted them out anyway.
Yep.
So then I learned I got cool with a lot of people because of that.
Now, how would you meet up with the distributors?
Which distributor? Which one? You mean the store owners?
Yeah, the store owners.
There's different distributors. You got the street ones, you got the store ones. The store ones, I go to the store and sell them the master tape. So I was doing the masters. I was getting like $100 a master. It was cool. At the whole day's run, I would probably make $1,600. And I was like, it's all right. To the African guy, the guy who ran all the Africans,
Right.
Abraham was like, yo, SNS I would like to make a deal with you. So I went to the spot. That's when I learned about telex machines.
Right.
He had a warehouse filled with telex machines.
Mm-hmm.
He had about at least 150, 200 telex machines. This is no lie. Swear to God.
For our listeners out there who don't know what a telex
Telex
machine
machine is a copier. So you have a 5 and it copy 5 at one time. And you know what I'm saying? You had the ones that did 10 at a time. So then he had the telex machines and he had the CD burners.
Oh, wow.
So remember, I didn't start getting that until when Clue came out with the CD burners. We was battling, still battling. So
Right.
when he came out, that's when I got the deal with the African. He was like, "Yo, I want to make a deal with you. You give me the master first, I give you $5,000 every time.
Whoa.
Just to give you a master first.
It's yours.
Done. Done." And he was right there on Fifth Avenue side of 100, right in the storage place.
Right.
Drop that off. Here you go. Here's my envelope.
Jeez.
Done. I try to make a mixtape at least every week.
So,
But he wouldn't take it every week. He would take it every 2 weeks.
Oh man,
He
even that's good. That's
he- he was-
$2,500 a week.
He was selling. I was selling. I was selling in the street.
Right.
It was me and me and Clue.
Right.
We was a Dead K Slay game.
Right.
Then me and Clue was selling, and I was selling. But then I got to complacent.
Okay. All right.
I got too complacent with getting the $5,000
Yeah.
and buying shit and I was living a good life. I had a BMW, like I'm living. My first car was a BMW.
What?
Wagon. What?
What?
535 wagon. Nigga, I was living. Living. I paid that $700 a month. Easy.
Wow. That sounds like the life
I
now.
was-
$700 a month?
Bro, I was getting $5,000 a mixtape.
Yes.
So I helped my grandmother with the rent, and I get my baby moms their money for my kids.
Yep.
Make sure the rent was good where I was staying at, and I'll pay my car note and my insurance. Insurance back then for a kid that was first car, $600, $700.
My God.
Ask
What?
anybody. I tell you that in New York, back then, insurance was the racket. Anybody, auto insurance is the mob's way of taxation.
Absolutely.
Back then.
Yeah.
And it still is to this day.
Absolutely.
So that happened. So I got complacent. I was chilling. I was like, I don't care about it. I'm getting this money every month.
I'm not mad
There
at
comes
that.
a time when I got unhot.
Oh man.
And he didn't want to do the deal anymore because now Clue tapes was selling.
So with that being said, I know Clue is popular for
yeah, the
being the
CDs.
one with the CDs.
Yeah, the CD, but
Did
with the
you
CD.
ever switch your format?
No, I told you I gave him the master.
Okay.
So he did the CD.
So it wasn't coming directly from you. It was coming from the African guy.
But then after a while, I wasn't getting hot. I wasn't hot no more. I was like, Clue was the new guy, and he was killing me. And he was getting new records, and I was getting new records.
Yep.
And then I just got tired of it. Really, started really going to labels, and and people was giving him all the stuff first anyway. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna keep doing. So I had stopped for a minute.
Right.
I stopped for a while. Then I stopped. I came back in like 2002. I stopped for a while. During 99, I think 98 I stopped. Because I was doing, I had an album.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 99, I had an album. And I was working on my album. And I really had no time really doing no mixtapes, really. That was not my mind. I had an album. I was working on that, and I was doing beats, and that was my hobby, beats. I didn't even care about mixtapes anymore. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I came back at Ty Boogie. My man Ty Boogie bought me back out. He was like, yo, you need to do some mixtapes again. We started doing mixtapes together, and we was killing them.
Let's talk about at this very moment we have 1,000 graphic designers. Who was doing the graphics for you for your mixtapes at that time?
There was no graphics. Kinko's was our graphics.
Kinko's. So what was the process of going to Kinko's and getting your tapes done? Like, was it a day you
$25? Graphic designer sit there. You go late night. It's nobody there.
Right.
The one on 72nd Street. You got the one on 96th Street. You go late night. The guys back there, you get them. I get here. Here's $25 for the work. Here's another $20 for you. Oh, okay. And they're gonna do a quick design for you. Boom, 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 boom. Put the names, how the names of the song written down. Boom.
Right.
They'll sit there and scan it, and all the names will go into the computer at the time. And then they'll sit there and just match it, boom, 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 put it on paper, bap, bap, bap. Your cover of your mixtape, and you go get the copies done.
Wow. So this is basically under the table, pretty much.
Yeah, you can say like that. Well, we know they made some money, but back then we would get for the bang we pay. If I spend $100 to get all my stuff done, that would have been an easy $400 or $500 work. $400.
Wow.
Because I was SNS. I just shot my man. I remember my man Greg. He used to work at Kinko's. I'm like, yo, Greg, he was the manager.
Right.
So, yo, shout to Greg from Kinko's. Yo, all your DJs, go to Greg and get your stuff done. And I bought him so much work. And once I bought him the work, everything was started getting for free. Yo, you amazed I was getting for free.
Right. Now, on your tapes, if I remember straight, it said Master of Beats. Why Master of Beats?
I don't know. That wasn't me.
You sure?
That wasn't me. I'm not putting up a Master of Beats for.
All right, we're going to skip that question.
There's a lot of things. A lot of people been made up their own names. Remember when it's bootleg, bro?
Right.
People make up their own names. They don't know nothing. They just put SNS mix 19.
Yeah.
I never mentioned my tape being mix 19. That sounds corny.
All right, we're gonna Google that after this and pull it up.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so your relationship with Puff, how did that start?
Told you I was on 2/5.
Mm.
Walking in, I had just finished making the tape.
Right.
I was going to take it to Stereo Palace, and Puff pulled up on me with he had just got the deal with Bad Boy deal. I was in Uptown Records a lot with Andre Rell and all that.
Right.
So my being from Harlem, Ron G was from Harlem, but I was a lot more entwined with I was like an intern at Uptown.
Right.
So Puff pulled up on me, like, yo, Playboy, I just came from your block. They told me you went to 125th Street. That's how close we were with people here. Nigga on the block, yo, you just missed S. Because I used to be at the ball at the bottom of the hill playing ball. Right. So he came through with the 325 drop top with the kid on it. And they said I was going to 125th Street. He came, you got to come to 125th Street, you got to come this way. And I was walking on this side, the Stereo Palace. That nigga walked and saw me walking. And he was like, yo, he pulled up right in front of the KFC. Yo, Playboy, what up? Yo, I got this song. I need you to play it. Like, yo, what song? Yo, Flavor in Your Ear, Craig Mack.
Wow.
I need you to play it. I had it before the radio and everything. He said, trust me, he played in the car and bumping. He had that car bumping. I went home, did the mixtape over. Had to do it all over. Remember, I just spent hours doing it. Had to go home and put it on the street. Pop it. My mixtape was the only tape in the store that I had at the time. Then the radio got it, same day.
This was the original, not the remix.
The original. This was the original.
Wow.
And boom. And that's when Puff understood how strong my name was. Because when he gave it to me and I got the tape done, the tape was out in the street the next day. Jeez. And it was in every store, and then it was in the cabs. Right. And when the radio played, the radio didn't jump right on it at the time. But the streets made him jump on it, and it was my tape.
Wow. It was another record that you were early in the game with Totals No One Else. Let's talk about this record and your situation
I
with
was on
Puff on this.
I was on 125th Street.
Uh-huh.
I was chilling on my block. Someone called me. One of my interns called me. And was like, "Yo, I got this total record. Yo, S, it's hot. It's hot. Yo, I need 50 for this." I was like, "Come on, man, it better be hot." He said, "Trust me, it's total over South Bronx." I said, "Get the fuck out of here." I said, I'm there. So he called me, met him on 25th. I gave him the 50. He gave me the song. When I heard it, when I got home, me and Craig, I was at Craig's house. Me and Craig G was like, "Oh, this is crazy. Oh, that mixtape gonna be crazy." That mixtape was Get Your Swerve On, 95.
Yeah.
So I had this total South Bronx, but my R&B side was already crazy.
All right.
I had the B.I.G version of Brandy. I had the Craig Mack, TLC. I had the I had the Brownstone and Craig Mack. Like I had R&B joints that I made crazy, like crazy for that side. My R&B side was nuts already. And I had the mix in the beginning with "Just Give Me All Your Lovin'" with the Biz Markie, "Make Music With Your Mouth" Biz beat.
Okay.
Killing them, just like Capri did when he did "Sunday Made Me Feel." That was killing. But I threw that total on it, not knowing that and I had on the B side, the hip hop side, I had the "Who Shot Ya" with Keith Murray version.
Oh, wow.
I had "How High," Method Man and Redman. No one had that record. I had "How High." I played that. My B side hip hop and my R&B A side. That mixtape was a killer. Get the story wrong. I murdered the game for about a good 7 months with that, because no one had those joints. The songs I had. So when I played that total, total was dead hot at the time.
Absolutely.
Because still, can't you see, they were still hot. I didn't know there was a reference song that wasn't even total. It was these girls that used to write for people called Terry and Monica.
Yeah.
And they that was them on the record. But it sounded like total to me. I didn't care. I just heard people. I heard the girls singing over South Bronx. I didn't give two shits. Put it out. Tape everywhere. When I say everywhere, because I had the street fucked up.
Right.
Everywhere. I got a call. I'm playing ball in the park. I get a call. My man said, "Yo, my nigga, it's Puff." Super Mario was there at the time. So Mario gave Puff my number.
Right.
Because I was close with Mario like that. And
Okay.
Sean, but Mario was there at the time. He said, "Yo, Playboy, yo, what's this total shit you got out of the street?" I said, "Yo, it was somebody gave me a record with total over South Bronx. I thought it was a blend. I just put it on the thing." He said, "Yo, Ash, you gotta take that shit off the fucking street, man." I said, "Yo, bro." I said, we heard of that." He said, "Y'all in Atlanta, they playing it everywhere." "Oh, it's too late, Puff. It's too late. I can't. I could take it out in stores here in New York, but you heard in Atlanta, like, something I could do." He was like, "Fuck." He said, "S, man, dude." He's all right. "You owe me, S. You owe me." Okay. So it was a party we did.
Mm-hmm.
I murdered this party, right? Killing the party. Me and Puff, I'm killing the party. Time they get paid. That nigga made me sit there for 4 hours just to call my cell and say, "Oh, Playboy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just walking to my door at home. I'm thinking he's still at the club.
He gone.
He's almost home."
Yikes.
He said, remember I told you owe me? You owe me." He said, "I made you wait on purpose. You won't do that shit to me again. He said, I'll see you tomorrow in the office.
Ooh. And a lot of people don't know that you had a special connection with Big, too.
And I was like, motherfucker. I'm mad. Nah, Big, man, when I used to live in Brooklyn.
Right.
I used to live between Gates and Grand. It was somewhere over there. You know, I'm not from Harlem, so I'm in Brooklyn. So I remember it was a videotape store.
Mm-hmm.
A tape that had videotape. So I went in there one day, to bring back a shit for my wife, my girl, who was my girlfriend at the time, my son's mother, and I bought the mixtape.
Right.
I bought the videotape in, and that's why I saw Big. He was like, "What you doing out here?" He knew me for the mixtapes. What you doing? So I lived right there. This was 93, 94.
Right.
He's like, "Yo, what you doing in Brooklyn?" So I live right up there. Boom. He's like, "Word." He's like, "Yo, man, if you get any of my records, just play my records. Yo, get me out there, S. Help me out, S." So all right, no problem. When I got the big releases, I started getting the joints. Puff was giving me joints.
Right.
Then Bad Boy was giving me joints. So I was playing joints. And we had the streets fucked up at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is right after Crack Mack was booming. We went to DC, and I DJ'd for Big.
Okay.
At the DC, when they had the Big and Mac covers outside. So I DJ'd for Big. And that was one of my best parties I ever did, too. That party.
Wow.
And that was that's when he just started doing the bootlegs and rock and soul.
The underground cuts and all that?
Yeah, that's when he started getting underground cuts. Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about the day Big was supposed to come to your house.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to come to my house. He called me. We had talked the night before. It was a party we was at.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, I want you to he said, I want you to he said, I want to get on your mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, boom. Like, can you come in the morning, like at 9:00? Cause I know it was recorded at Craig house. Cause Craig mom was going to work,
Right.
and I did the right time. So he was like, yeah. So I'm at Craig house early, like 7:30. I called Big at 8:30. I said, yo, my guy, what's up? Where you at? He was like, yo, nigga, I'm fucked up. I'm tired. I'm sick. I drank too much last night. He was like, yo, because I had a whole bunch of records of his.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 3-4 songs on the first album. Swear to God I did. And he was like, yo, just play something. What you got over there? So I got Machine Gun Funk. I got Come On Motherfucker. He said, how you get I said, come on, Big man. So he was like, fuck it. All right, play the Come On Motherfucker. Play that. And if you get any flack from it, I'll just tell Puff I gave it to you. All right. I said, you sure, man? You know how Puff is.
Strike two.
Nah, that wasn't really strike two because Big co-signed it.
Right.
So Big co-signed, I was good.
Right.
Well, he did bitch though. He did bitch.
Strike two.
He did bitch. So he did bitch. So after that, it was just groovy after that.
So Sterling Studios, what does that name mean to you?
So I got my records.
All right. We're going to go deep into that question.
You want to the
yeah.
Naughty? All right, Naughty. I had got the person, they gave me the Naughty album. They gave me the songs for Naughty's new album. They gave me like 3 songs. One of the songs was Hip Hop Parade. And this is when Everything Gonna Be Alright had just came out as a single. I played that on the mixtape, but I also played that. That was, I forgot what mixtape that was. And I played it, streets, ripple the streets. Streets are shaking. Niggas like, hey, oh. So me being young, not knowing shit, it's 94.
Right.
Me not knowing shit. So I went to the rink, and Tretch, when I went to the rink, Vinny and all they was getting their skates together, and I went over to him to shake their hand and shit. Nigga Tretch was like, "Yo, SNS, man, you still playing my records?" Because I got in trouble for playing Everything Gonna Be Alright early.
Wow.
So you still playing my records on your motherfucking mixtapes? Did we tell you not to do that shit? That's what we talk about. He's like, "Come on, man, you just playing the hip hop parade." Like, he's like, "Yo, that record's not even. We didn't even put. We just started the record. The record didn't even get out yet. That's for the new album."
Ooh.
And I was like, "Yo, I didn't know." He's like, "You know, we told you not to do it." Then they say, "I know." Redman, and some other guy. They surrounded me. I'm backing up, getting myself prepared. I tripped on a skate and I fell to the ground. Next thing you know, they were on me. So what you do when you get jumped, rules in the street, when you ever get jumped, cover up.
Right.
Cover up as much as you can, protect your face.
Right.
All you gotta see when you get up, protect your face. Hope you don't get stabbed or nothing like that.
Right.
So that happened. But when I was there in the rink, this happened in the rink, and everybody there was my peoples.
Right.
So they left. They got kicked out. They got kicked out.
All right.
When everybody realized it was me that was in the fight over there and the thing, boom. Niggas wanted to jump Vinny.
Oh, man.
Like, I had like at least 40, 50 people want to jump Vinny. Nah. He's not involved in that.
Right.
He's not involved with that. It wasn't him. He was helping me. He was like, "That's his man. Nah, no." So that's how we squashed it, really. Well, my block was furious. Everybody heard about I got jumped by Tretch. Even though Redman was there, they just said Tretch. So Crazy Sam was like, "Yo, you want to go fight him?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Like, I'm nigga gonna do that to me. We gonna do so." They was on 25th. Tretch was on 25th. My whole block came down. My whole block.
Wow.
But they left. Sam was like, "I know where they went to." They went to the studio down on 47th Street. I forgot the name of the street. And Sam bought them in front, and I was like, "Yo," he was like, "You want to shoot the fair one?" Sam was like, "You want to shoot the fair one?" And I was like, "Whatever, man. Let's do it." So, Sam put me to the side.
Right.
Sam put me to the side and said, "Yo, SNS, let me tell you something. I know your pride probably hurt. You got jumped and everything. But let me tell you this. You fighting this guy, and he's the biggest hip-hop guy right now in hip-hop. You fighting him can mess up your career."
Absolutely.
But I was like, "Yo, I said, yo, take it on the chin." He said, he can mess up your whole everything.
Wow.
Like Tommy Silverman, Tommy Boy, all that, they gonna protect they
Investment.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So, boom. Me and Vinny, I talked to Vinny right after that. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I go, cool. I shook hands with Tretch. Shook hands with Vinny. Boom, left. Maybe, 2007? I saw Tretch We talked. Saw Tretch. We talked. And I told Tretch, I said, "You know what, Tretch? I didn't realize it until that day we saw each other in the studio. When he said to me after I shook his hand, he said, "Yo," he said, "what you got, you deserved it." He said, "Picture this." And when he explained this to me, I didn't really understand it then, but I understood it when we met again.
Right.
He's like, "Imagine if somebody else would have did that song, took our song and did it. You messing with our money, how I feed my kids, and all." Never looked at it like that.
Right.
But when I saw him again, we discussed about it, and I said, "Yo, bro, when you told me that, I felt like a dickhead." And that's why I really eased up on playing, new shit, but then I went right back and did it again. Not with them, though.
Right.
It was this when Snoop got hot.
Okay. All right.
And Deep Cover had just came out.
Mm.
And I played What's Your Name, but I didn't call it What's Your Name. I called it Snoop Doggy Dogg. Called
Yeah.
Snoop Doggy Dogg
Right.
on the mixtape. So my first song was that. Snoop Doggy Dogg. First, from the door.
You messing with Death Row.
No, nigga, listen. So that mixtape come out. I saw Ice-T on Rucker. Gave him a copy of the yellow. It was a yellow tape. Yellow Kinko's tape. And he looked at the list. He said, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Deep Cover just came out. Where you get this other Snoop Dogg song from? You know, that West Coast Love.
Right.
I was like, man, I just get records. He said, man, you gonna get your ass whipped. That's exactly what Ice-T said to me. So we was there was a club called Club 2000.
Yep.
Early 94 to 95.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just go there, Mecca Audio Unique. He gave me, he helped me out, give me one of my starts in Club 2000.
He just got out of jail, right?
Yeah, he did. I gotta
Shouts
see
to
him. I
Mecca.
gotta go see my guy. Shout out to Monique on Unique Mecca Audio. He took me to Miami for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Bought me some clothes and shit. Good dude. He saw my because I was always at his store, and my DJ skill. He always said, yo, this guy's gonna be something different. He always seen that in me.
Right.
More than a lot of guys.
Right.
So, long story short, we was just vibing and shit. So, damn, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So Unique, I got so many stories. I gotta.
It's all good. Take your time. That's what we're here for.
So, Club 2000.
Right.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg comes in.
Ooh.
So they come in the booth. The Starsky's DJ, Love Bug Starsky. Snoop Dogg's like, yo, Love Bug Starsky, the Love Bug. Oh my God, I can't believe to be in the presence of the Love Bug. Like he was giving Love Bug Starsky praising like he was king.
Wow.
I was the young nigga playing the deep players to help playing records with Starsky.
Right.
Even though I had a little name in the street, I was rising, but Club 2000 was rising, so that's where the hustlers would be at. So I gave the nigga the tape. I said, yo, I got a mixtape for y'all. I said, yes, I got your song on there. He looked at me and said, what song, cuz? He said, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yo, Trey. He said, yo, can you play it? It was a tape deck in the booth. He said, can you play it? I want to hear that. And the nigga said, what the fuck? Gave it to Dre listeners. The niggas looked at me. Nigga looked at me and said, yo, who the fuck are you? Where did you get this? Like, man, I got people in the streets, they get records and songs. Nigga said, damn. Your connects must be strong. Must be good. He's like, nah, man, nah, cuz. Thank you, cuz. We appreciate you. That's our next single. That's my next single. Sure enough, What's Your Name was the next single.
That's insane.
And I had it. And them niggas ain't bitch, moan, or nothing.
Because they wanted that New York love.
They wanted that New York love. Exactly.
Absolutely. There was another record that we got to talk about that came out by Nas, I think around 92, 93. It was called Understanding. And from my understanding, you had the clearest version.
Well, that happened in, what was that, 96? 96 that happened.
Okay, all right.
I used to go to Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
So Thais Harris, Faith Newman used to work at So Thais Harris had the Fugees. She was a promotion lady, one good friend, and Faith Newman, good friend as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my label run, So they giving me dats of their artists, and that's just, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'm in the office and we chilling. We talking about the parties and the muse. I was in the muse at the time, rocking the muse. I looked on the wall and I seen a dat that said "Understanding Nas." Because every DJ in every DJ wanted that version, the clear version. They only had the cloudy version.
Right.
It was like, I was like, oh, there it is. So then the plot SNS, the plotter, the Mad Hatter DJ SNS started coming out of me. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm just Faith, yeah. She said, oh, as I'm about to go in this meeting, you can sit here and chill if you want to, I'll be back. I can have my Walkman with me, so I was listening to music anyway. So yeah, all right, no problem, Faith. She went into that meeting, sitting there, looking at the dat, to the dat tray. She had a tray full of dats. Looking at that shit like. So I got up, stretching, shit. Took the joint, took the label off real quick. Boom, took the label off real quick. Dat in my pocket. Dat in my pocket was the same dat that they used. Boom, put that shit on there. Boom, 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 boom. Put that shit in my pocket. Boom, put it back in the thing. I told our assistant, I'm going home till I see her tomorrow. I'll be back in the office tomorrow. I'm coming back tomorrow. She's like, all right. Boom. She didn't know nothing of it.
Right.
Nigga, I went home. I took a cab from 55th Street straight home, straight to Craig house. So I got understanding. Clear. Me and Craig did a mixtape together. It was niggas don't give a fuck. No, niggas don't give a fuck. Me and Craig. Craig on one side, me another. Nigga, I already had a killer.
Right.
Well, ain't no nigga.
Right.
I already had a killer.
Right.
But then something happened with Jay and them. Jay and my man Red-Handed, something happened to them. Something happened with Red-Handed for playing Ain't No Nigga. Something happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be like, oh, I'm gonna be careful with this one. And I got it from him. I'm not gonna screw my man out.
Right.
But I don't want that shit happening to me.
Absolutely not.
So I chilled and I put that shit the last song on my mixtape. So that I Ain't No Nigga. I could have put Ain't No Nigga first.
Right.
Ooh, I could have killed him with that. Ain't No Nigga Didn't Understanding? Killed him.
Absolutely.
But I put Ain't No Nigga last just because I didn't want to go through that shit. So I came back in the office, bought a lunch, smooth over, bought a lunch, left me in the office again, put that shit back. Maybe 2003, I saw Faith New and I told her the story.
Yikes.
She said, you motherfucker. I said, listen, Faith, it's fair ground, man. I said, I was out trying to murder, trying to kill. She's like, yo, I always know that about you, that you were different than a lot of DJs. You had that eye of the tiger in you. Like you was gonna get whatever you gonna get it, you gotta get it first. Cause I remember it was a song Nas had did, the freestyles. Remember the freestyles over the different beats?
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Harris, even though I was cool with Tyrese Harris, she was cool with all the other DJs. Remember, the other DJs was radio DJs too.
Right.
So what she did was smart. She got all of us in the room, like 7 of us. And I wasn't radio DJ. The rest of us was radio DJ. All of us in the room, and gave it to us all the same time.
Oh,
She
wow.
said, now, whoever come out with the tape first, that's on you. She said, I don't want nobody saying that I gave this person something first. Nigga, I couldn't get out that room fast enough, but guess what? Wasn't fast enough. Because the next thing you know, when I put that tape out in the street, that nigga, Clue, he had that shit out the next day. And he had it with Nas and another Nas record. I said, what the fuck? I can't beat this nigga. I was like, yo, I can't beat this thing at all. Not knowing that Scarecrow which is Steve Stout's brother, was his manager.
Wow. Oh, easy.
And that's how he got records.
Easy. Now, do you have any issues with people selling your old mixtapes
I
online
don't
today?
give a hell.
Do you have your own collection on like a hard drive?
I have enough. Yeah, they're not clear though. But if I get some, if the people that selling my joints, they can give me clear versions. Fine, you can do your thing. I got people that would love to buy it just for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't want to sell them old shit that's not clear.
Right.
So I'd rather do mixes that was similar to back then. But I ain't gonna get those type records, the exclusives.
Right.
But rather old school rap and old school R&B and stuff like that, I'll do that, and you can combine for me, and I got shit like that. But as far as the old records, like I got there's a record there was a Snoop Dogg and Crisscross record. Only person that got that record is Jermaine Dupri, and he won't give that record to me.
Wow.
Because it was a beef. It was Snoop dissing Crisscross.
What?
No, Snoop dissed Crisscross. He was on the record with Crisscross.
Right.
But remember Snoop dissed Crisscross.
Okay.
You was a fleek, and I'm the big dog. That
Scratch you
rhyme
off
was
my
about
paw.
Crisscross.
Did not know that.
So I can't get a record. Jermaine, my guy, I'm gonna get it.
Leak that.
I'm gonna get it.
And
no one had that record.
Nah, I haven't heard that.
No
I'm a
one.
Big
It's called
Crisscross.
4 to the 3 to the 2 to the 1. That's what it was called. Before they made the 4, 3 to the 1. Before they Def Jam had that collaboration on them,
Right.
they had that name first. That's what the name of the record was.
Wow. I'm gonna have to hit Nabs and see if he got it.
Nabs don't even have it.
Nabs don't have it either?
Hell no, you don't have it. It's the first one I went to. You think I'm a mad hatter when it comes to this, man. I'm going to Jermaine was the last sort. I went to the first sort, which is Faith Newman.
Okay.
That's how I got it.
Right.
That's why she's a good friend.
Right.
I got it because I'm not supposed to let this record out. This was Snoop was on fire.
Right. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
In your opinion, if you had to make a Mount Rushmore of DJs, who would you pick?
Hollywood. There's so many, man. Hollywood, Red Alert, off the bat. Starsky. Grandmaster Theodore. Easily. There's just so many older guys. And you already got to put the ones who paved the way. I ain't talking about their accomplishments and everything. Because they all said, I would say Kid Capri, Brucey B. You want them to do that. But, they got Khaled. Khaled did a lot. Drama did a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to consider those. There's too much to do, so I don't even get in that conversation.
That's fair. You eventually switched to a controller from turntables. What made you switch to a controller from turntables?
Because you guys are so stuck on this nostalgic bullshit. You down with them. You're down with this nostalgia bullshit. Like y'all have to look like you're DJing.
Right.
These people don't. Man, do you care what these guys play? Honestly, when you in a party, do you care? Do you care if you got 2 turntables there and he's going like that? No, you care. I'm getting my drink on and I'm partying. That's all the people care about, man. If you sound good, you look good.
That's right.
That's all they care about. That's why I bought the controller. My man came to my house. My man DJ LP came to my house. He had the controller. He said, I'm going to do my show. My computer's acting up. I want to use your computer. I want to do my show. And he bought this little ass controller in my house. I said, what is this? He said, this is about to take over the game. I said, really? I said, all right. I was kicking his ass. Like, I don't fuck with that. That's too small. All that nostalgic shit you niggas was doing. He said, go buy it and practice with it. I guarantee you change your mind. So, all right. I went and bought it. It's $249. I said, $249? What the hell? My sneakers cost more than that. I went and bought it, sat in the house, put my headphones on, My computer right there, and I had it right on my lap. I was sitting had it on my lap, on my bed, my back to the board, and I'm cutting up Good Times. I'm cutting up It Takes Two. Hit it, hit it, hit it. I was like, pick it, hit it. I was saying, whoa, I can do my tricks, okay, and I can get busy. Then I found out I could put it in my book bag.
Oh man.
When I put it in my book bag, the first one I put in my Gucci book bag. My wife bought me for my birthday, like the big Gucci book bag, and I put that shit in my bus head. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm taking this everywhere I go. People looking at me like I was crazy. Guess what? At the end of the night, you niggas are sitting there unplugging your wires and putting your shits in
Shots
cases.
fired.
And I'm sitting there saying, yo, my nigga, I'll see you later. You get home safe with this. I'll be home by the time you get home. I'll be home sleeping. I'll be in my third dream.
Now I know.
Niggas hate me for that.
Now I noticed on your some mixtapes on the tape it says DJ SNS, and some say S and the and sign.
Well,
S.
I was gonna go with the and symbol, but then early internet,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't like a lot of the signs.
Right.
Remember, you couldn't log in nowhere with
Nope.
signs, so that's where the N came from.
Absolutely.
Because I used to do the SNS, but the signs were like when I was online, when it did LimeWire, my Facebook, they wouldn't let you have passwords that had and sign or question marks or none of that.
Right.
Exclamation marks, they wouldn't have let you none of those. So I had to use letters and SNS, and it started to look good. It started to sound good. It started to feel good. Like, yeah, SNS is more smooth off the tongue.
Yeah.
S and S. Oh, we got DJ SNS. No, nigga, I'm not an and.
Two of y'all.
I'm not an and.
All right.
So, SNS stands for strive and succeed.
Wow.
And that's what we always do. We do. We here to strive and succeed. Strive and succeed. Not and succeed.
That's dope. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's the name. Yeah.
All right. What was something that happened throughout your career that you may have felt like it was a disappointment at the time, but it became a turning point for you?
Yeah. Damn, I don't know. A term. I don't know. You tell me. You the interviewer. Refresh me. Refresh me.
It could have been playing the Hip Hop Array record.
No, that wasn't it.
I don't know.
That Total record.
That Total record.
Because it took my name from being regular to pew,
Right.
to high levels. And then people started looking at my mixtapes just for new records, and I always had the new records. Artists would start to say, yo, SNS, play my joint, please.
Absolutely.
Onyx, I sat in the studio for 8 hours getting walked. This is the way we walk in New York. I was the only nigga with that. We'll never do that shit again, though. Sit in the studio for, I don't know how Khaled does it. Well, Khaled does it because it's Khaled.
Absolutely.
I can't do it. Shout out DJ Khaled.
Absolutely. Now you have a son, Little SNS. Let's
Got
talk
Little
about Lil.
Today's his birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
Today's his birthday. He's in Puerto Rico having a good time.
Absolutely. Man.
We over here in the
life.
cold and he's in Puerto Rico.
Yes. Now let's
You
talk
bastard. My son, I love him.
Let's talk about you being influential on his life as a rapper. Do you think him being around you at that time, getting these records, was that a influence?
Wasn't around me.
He wasn't around you.
Wasn't around me. I had to sacrifice even being a father to him the way a father's supposed to be. Being in the parks, swings, monkey bars and all that shit. That part of the fathership I wasn't there for.
Right.
I was there for from 8 years old on.
Okay.
I was out there making my name, get my mark. And I regret that. But and I got really held to those standards. But when he came to live with me when he was about 15, and when he came to live with me, I became more in his life, and I knew he could rhyme, and his stepfather helped him out a lot, and when I wasn't there, shout to him, and but when I got around him to take him to school every day, that was a proud moment for me.
Oh yeah.
To be able to take your boy to school every day, and I was in a comfortable position. I just got the new Cadillac pickup truck. I was in heaven. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was ready to get up in the morning, take my son to school every day, and come back and go to Jersey and sit in my crib, and then go pick him up from school, then pick my daughter up from school and drop her. That shit was a big part of my of their bringing up, their teenage bring up. So it
Absolutely.
it helped a lot. Helped me mentally.
Absolutely. There's so many questions I could ask you. So many questions. We probably have to have a part 2 because I can really get nerdy.
You know me. I always got stories for days.
Oh man, but they're the greatest though, so it all works. Where can the people find you?
On Instagram at DJSNS, Facebook DJSNS Harlem. My business page is DJSNS. My website, I'm putting that together as we speak. I had a website before, but I ain't keep that shit up. I was very lazy with that, not knowing how much you need it now, and y'all gonna see me a lot. Working on a morning show. I want to get Sunshine Anderson, but if I can't get Sunshine Anderson, I'm gonna do that shit myself. The same way Star does his show.
Right.
Working on a movie, a TV show. TV show is called DJ in the Making.
Right.
It's gonna be very dope. Similar to like Making a Band, but it's me being the how you say, like the
drill sergeant.
Yeah, the drill sergeants for these kids, for these young DJs.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be dope. That's really everybody really interested to see that. They want to see how I am. They don't. People, something like the DJ, all my DJ peers, they know how I get.
Oh.
I was like, S could be an asshole at times.
What?
You know that, nigga. Stop acting like you don't know that.
Nah, you cool peoples, man. It's all love.
Nah, nigga, I want you to acknowledge me for what I do. if I'm an asshole, you already know.
You always been good with me.
You already know how the show is. If you fuck up, goodbye.
Right.
It's not even goodbye. It's it's like, I want to find I remember they had Smack. You ever heard of Smack?
Smack DVD?
No, that's not DVD.
The battle.
No, not bad. They had a DJ. They had a DJ group thing. This is called Smack DJs, right?
Okay.
Was it Smack? Yeah, it was Smack. It was Smack. Jermaine Dupri was there. D Nice was there. A lot of European DJs was on there. So they used to get. Was it Smack? I could be wrong, but they used to get all the Vegas gigs,
right?
And all the big corporate guys would go to them to book their DJs, and we don't have that urban wise,
right?
So that's what I'm making up now for the show. The show is for me to break new DJs, brand them, show them how to brand themselves, and then the ones that make it, they get down with our thing.
Okay.
And to have a bunch of DJs on our roster so we could get them booked in different places or different corporate places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they don't have that. So I think that's gonna be perfect.
Nah, that's gonna
But
be.
then when I
super
do
dope.
the show, I'm gonna finance it myself if possible.
Why not? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be respectful of this man's time. We appreciate him coming through. I could ask him 1,000 questions. Trust me, so many questions I didn't get to, but hopefully we'll have him for a part 2. Maybe.
You just make the phone call. I'm here for y'all. You know better than that.
Bet. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just B-Man No DJ.
You know the first time we had me.
Oh yeah, this is part 2. This is part 2.
The first time
we
we
had
had me, we was talking, we was taping it to dead air.
Yeah, we had a
I
little
only
hiccup.
kidding. These guys work hard, man. They work hard to put us together. I like this studio setup though. This is very nice though.
Very nice.
How much you charge an hour?
They're not gonna put it on camera.
Like if I do a podcast with.
We'll talk about it after the camera shut off. All right. So I'm just B-Man No DJ.
I'm having Allen Iverson come. I'm gonna do one with Allen Iverson. I need to
Yo.
have a sit down and talk with him anyway, because I'm doing my documentary and that's how I'm doing it. I'm just getting guys who I party with for all the years.
Shout out to AI. I seen him the last like 4 Sundays, and I'm still mind blown. Being from
That's
Virginia,
my guy, man.
yo,
Like,
insane.
I did his party before he went to the league.
Insane.
At Picasso's.
Wow.
That's on Granby, right? And then Granby. You from Virginia, you know them? You don't know about Norfolk.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I won't hold that. I won't hold that against you. But I did that party. I remember he gave his whole team Rolexes in the booth. And the DJ booth. Gave them all Rolexes.
Yeah.
They all in the booth going, yeah. Yeah, I said, where's mine?
Yeah. What about the DJ?
I'm your man. Like, I do all your parties. But that's my guy, though. AI's my guy. He just said call him when I'm ready. So
Dope. Well, I'm just B-Man No DJ, and this is the WithOut No DJ podcast.
Without No DJ podcast. If you don't know about it, you ask somebody. We here now.
That's it. Peace.
Are the